Anton.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us today here for this interview. Would you mind introducing yourself shortly to our visitors?
Yeah, thank you, Christian. Welcome in Vienna.
Thank you.
So I'm Anton. I'm the MD of Mayor Austria and also Mayor Germany, responsible for public charging in Mayor Austria and Mayor Germany. And today we are in Vienna talking about, so we have done a lot of talks about Plug&Charge. Also visited some sites. So happy to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting us. And yeah, as you said already, I have spoken a lot about Plug&Charge and how important this is for the customer experience. Before we go into the details of Plug&Charge, maybe let's start a bit more high level from your point of view. You are now in the industry since 2012, leading now public charging from Mayor Germany and Austria. What are your key takeaways over the last years working in this industry so much? What you have learned, and maybe also what we still need to learn as an industry, how we can move forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long time, and we saw and we still see a lot of technical development, a lot of system developing, and now we have more or less the mass market is coming. The early adopters, we all know them, we have been it ourselves, so they have been more resilient to stuff not working.
Yeah.
But now we have the mass market with the normal customers, and I think for them it's all about usability, it's about reliability, and I think when I think back the last 12, 13 years, a lot of stuff is now coming again, which was already a topic some years ago, but now in a more serious way. But I think what's still valid is we are a lot of companies in the industry, a lot of partners in the industry, and it's all about interfaces now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say usability and reliability, it's connected to partners and to interfaces. And I think that's our task as an industry still to work together on the quality perspective.
Yeah.
and showing the quality, what's working, not just showing what's not working.
Yeah.
And this is a challenge I think on the whole industry still. I mean, basically we solved the technical stuff more or less. But I think we have to keep the barrier the bar for quality pretty high, because this is what the customer sees.
Yeah. I think you're raising a very interesting point that, of course, we all are used to the fact that too often probably things are not working as expected, and that's very visible. The question I'm trying to understand better, or the question where I would like to have an answer on, is how can we also make it more visible if things are working well, right? We all talk about reliability, and I think you nailed this part by saying, hey, we need to talk about interfaces and interoperability. But the big question from my point of view will be how we can show to customers the more reliable chargers, for example, right? So that they can make better and smarter choices, and also how to integrate this in not only all the backend systems operating charging stations, but also how to integrate it into OEM navigation systems, apps of MSPs, and so on and so forth. What are your thoughts about this? How is Mayor also working on these topics?
I mean, of course, we it's good when we know a charger is not working, and we know it potentially before a customer does know it, and we can solve it. But I think in general, what we want also on the one side measure is, of course, uptime. But uptime is not just charger uptime, not just backend. It's really the uptime when we think about roaming, also the whole interface situation with the EMP, with Hubcheck, for example. That's the one side. But I think when we talk about how can it be shown for the end customer, like in the car and the navigation system, so I think we have now some demands through AFIR and the various regulations coming now up to life in the various countries, Austria, for example, where we have to do now the reporting to e-control. In Germany, also similar to the Ladestellenverzeichnis. I think that's all valid for the customer, because I think, or as I see it, the customer, of course, has now a very wide choice of what provider does he want to use on various locations. And I think pricing is the one thing, but I think the real thing is the location and the quality and the potentially rating of a charging station on that location, and how is it shown in the core. And so it's, again, we have to work together, OEMs, system providers, CPOs, EMPs, just to have, let's say, a same understanding. What does quality mean? What are the parameters? Is it technical stuff like ISO 15118 support? Or is it like, do we have a roofing? What the parking situation? When we think about trucks, it's, I think now it's a phase, like 10 years ago, you have been happy when you found a charger and you found a going electric maps entry. Now we have a very broad, let's say, base where you can choose from. And as you experienced yesterday with a charger, not from us, is it really working? You never know beforehand. So I think it's about real-time information, and it's about real-time information about not just location and POI, but also reliability and pricing.
Super helpful. Thanks, Anton.